thank you all for being with us today for what will be a celebratory and happy moment in a moment. But before we do that, I want us to take a second and acknowledge very somberly a couple of very sad occasions. First and foremost, recently, some of you have just seen the news, a terrible shooting in Connecticut. More than potentially 30 young children and adults killed by a gunman in an elementary school. And if we could just acknowledge our sorrow for those folks. Also, recently we lost two very fine community leaders, one in Glenn County, one in Wayne County, folks that are very connected with this college and our friends, both Tom Sublett and many of you know Rick Popple from Wayne County were taken from us way too early, and if we could just bow our heads in a moment of silence to them and their families. Thank you very much. We are delighted to have you here with us, and if you were up this morning experiencing that rather chilly, overcast weather, you knew nobody was nervous that it wasn't going to turn out to be a beautiful sunny day, because that is the appropriate way to pay tribute to Jim Bishop and his entire family. So we thank the good folks upstairs for making it possible for us to have this beautiful weather today. I want to recognize some of the officials who are with us here in the audience, and I hope I won't miss anyone. Certainly the chairman of our county commission, Richard Strickland, thank you for being here. Been a particularly challenging week for our leadership of the county, and so we appreciate it very much. Our hospital president and CEO, who is our greatest partner, Gary Kohlberg, we thank you. He made special arrangements to be here. Jim is the chair of their foundation, and again, very closely connected with all that is going on this campus. Tim Wessinger, representing Congressman Jack Kingston, also great supporter. Tim, thank you, and thank the congressman. Judge Douglas, still Judge Douglas for another few days. We appreciate that. Great trustee and great friend, and also dear friend of Jim Bishop. Our wonderful state representative, Alex Atwood. Thank you so much, Alex, for being here. And again, that signifies your support not only for the college, but for Jim and this whole community. And U.S. District Court Chief Judge Lisa Godby Wood, thank you so much, Judge Wood, for being with us. No telling how much law business had to get postponed for this occasion. And of course, Mary Bishop and the entire Bishop family. I think everybody is here, and please stand up so we can recognize you and the children and grandchildren. The idea for this new entrance to the college came really out of our master planning process and all the work that's gone on the campus. For those of you that have been around this community for a long time, you know this college has never had a signature entrance. And we've talked about the need to make a statement and really welcome people warmly to the campus. And so as we began to think about how that might happen with Brunswick High growing across the street from us, and in discussions with our good friends from College Place United Methodist Church, and I believe that Reverend Rob Grothier is here. We thank you for being here, Rob, and thank College Place United Methodist Church for the work that you've made this possible as well. We thought about the fact that there was really no better way to talk about how you get into the College of Coastal Georgia than to make it a tribute to the modern-day founder of this institution, as well as a recognition of all those who have worked to make First Brunswick Junior College a reality, starting in 1961. And really our first president, the man who spearheaded Brunswick Junior College and made this the great place that it is today, Dr. John Teal and his wife Frances are with us. Dr. Teal is Many of you know him both as an alum and a dear friend, and we thank them. So this entrance that you see here and is on the front of your program will really be an opening to the community and a welcoming sign for students, faculty, staff, and everyone in the community who can come in and feel a sense of home here at the College of Coastal Georgia. And in doing that, it seemed like an absolutely appropriate time to say thank you, job well done, and it couldn't have happened without you, to Jim Bishop. Many of you know, and the group that will follow me will really tell the story of Jim's incredible work once he became a regent a few short years ago in 2007. But to really make an entrance that would make the kind of statement that we wanted, that would be as beautiful as all the new construction we've had on this campus, from the Nunley Center to now the new Correll Center. We were fortunate enough to be able to keep our design build team that did the Correll Center for us, and I'm delighted to recognize the design team from Baker Barrios, Mike Hausman, and Carlos Barrios, who are here today. It's a beautiful, very appropriate design. They will oversee the construction, which will be done by Ajax Building Corporation, which has done both the Correll Center and our beautiful campus center. And I can't say enough about the Georgia State Finance and Investment Commission. They have been willing to work with us on this project very creatively to make it possible. And so thanks to Baker Barrios, Ajax Construction, Randy Smith is here. Thank you, Randy. Ajax has been great. This thing will go up in record time, and it will absolutely be beautiful. So we're very excited to be able to keep you guys engaged. And as I said, it will stand as that tribute to the many community and civic leaders who helped form initially BJC, the county who gave the land, the city who's worked so tirelessly, and then to the legacy of Jim Bishop, whom we really do recognize as the modern day founder of this college. Had Jim not been on the Board of Regents, and what a fortuitous appointment that was in January of 2007, you would not be sitting here today, and all of this would not have happened, because in that role he championed in a very short period of time, really a year, the movement of this from a technical and junior college commuter campus to a 4-year residential campus. And the academic programs, the student events, the athletic, the housing, the capital resources for all of that have followed. And for that we are grateful. And so we wanted to find a way to make sure that Jim and his many contributions to this institution would be recognized now and forever. As well as with the signature entrance, we've also, thanks to our foundation, established a lasting scholarship recognizing the partnership of Mary and Jim in terms of their work together, because Jim's work as a regent was a full-time job and then some, and he continued to practice as a lawyer, and thanks to Mary helping to make it possible. And so the scholarship is really another way to say thank you for all that you've done for this community. The speakers that we have today each represent, I think, the symbolism of what this Founders Gate and the Regent James A. Bishop Arch will mean, and the real synergies between a lot of forces. First, we'll hear from Regent Richard Tucker. And it is so appropriate and wonderful that Regent Tucker is with us today. Although he lives much of his time in Gwinnett County, his second home is Glenn County. He's very much a part of us, and truly there has been no greater champion for this college and this part of the state than Regent Richard Tucker. And so much so, he chaired the Board of Regents during the time that we made our transformation. He has been a strong advocate, and he now is chairing the search committee for the regents to find the replacement president for the College of Coastal Georgia. And again, he is totally our Regent in many, many ways. And so the Regent's been a part of it, but Richard Tucker in particular, as a friend of Jim's and a friend of this college, is just absolutely appropriate. We thank him for being here. Mayor Thompson and the city. The city of Brunswick has been such an essential piece of everything that we've done at this campus, but particularly what has happened in the neighborhoods surrounding us, both Fourth and Altama. And this project really is a joint project between the city and the school system and the college. It will entail not just creating an entrance, but redoing the entire roadway out here to Altama and into Brunswick High to create a whole new entrance, pedestrian access across the street, turn lanes, sidewalking, etc. And the city has been in lockstep with us throughout, and in fact the roadway construction we are doing with the same contractor, and they simply let us tag on to their bid and put our money into that process. So I can't say enough about what the city has done, and also Dan McPhee, the city engineer, who's worked so very closely with us on this project. And again, it is a true partnership. Superintendent Mann, not simply because we have this wonderful Brunswick High across the street and this great, continuing, growing, strong relationship, but also the real symbolism because of Jim Bishop's long-time work with the school system as their attorney. Even to the point of the days when Laverne Cooper was on that board. Were you, Laverne? Yeah, see? Don't you put Regent Bishop into post-traumatic stress disorder if you stand up too much there. But it really is a strong statement that says it's the college and the entire education system that he's been so much a part of. And so we thank Superintendent Mann and the school system for the significant partnership there. Joel Willis, who is the Chief Operating Officer at Epworth by day, but then he steps into a phone booth and does a million other things, and has chaired the Development Authority. But his real contribution to this project has been in his role as chair of the Archway Partnership. Again, another piece of the puzzle that Jim Bishop brought to this community in his role as a regent. The Archway Partnership, as many of you know, working out of the University of Georgia with the local community, helped us with a number of projects, including putting forth the plan for transformation of Altama out here, and this being one piece of it. And so thanks to Joel and everyone that participated in that partnership, which again was a city, county, school system, health system initiative that the college was fortunate to be a part of. Reese Summerford, who chairs the college's foundation, the funding for this initiative comes totally from private sources. So all of the good help that Alex and our delegation give us and the regents have given us, this one they got to pass on. But don't worry, we're not done with you yet. And so the foundation is actually providing the funding for the road work and the sidewalk area, and then another group of very significant and important donors who will be represented on today's program by Bill Jones III, have made it possible for us to construct the Bishop Gate and the Bishop Arch and Gate. And I knew I was going to say Bishop Gate before it was all over, and I'm probably going to say Archbishop before too long, so I'll just go ahead and get that out of the way. We're going to have fun today, too. So those folks are key. Bill has been such a tremendous supporter. He's a trustee emeritus of our foundation and is a consistent go-to guy to make it possible. So with Reese and then Bill helping to raise private donations, it was possible for us to bring this to life quickly and very economically. And we thank those folks who are here today, and Bill will talk about them, but a particular thanks to Hugh Nunley for also being a part of this. And Ann Stemler, is Ann here? Representing Bill. Most of our donors, unfortunately, were out of town, but we really, really appreciate that. So I'm going to now sit down and let our speakers get up without further introduction and help you celebrate this day with them. Thanks.
Sometimes the only thing that's been more harmful to Southerners than fried chicken is too much oratory. So, I just want to come here to celebrate with this community. It's a great honor, well-deserved honor for my friend Jim Bishop. I bring greetings from the Board of Regents. As Valerie said, I have a second home here. I'm very partial to this community, and as I told someone else earlier, it's easy to help a community like this that does so much to help themselves. This is a very caring and loving community that we've joined in the last 8 or 10 years here. We found it to be very welcoming, and we enjoy spending our time here. But it is truly deserving for Jim Bishop, and it's appropriate that it's a gate, it's an entrance, it's an opening, because there's a new day here. I think everyone recognizes it as in large part Jim Bishop's efforts. When Jim came on the Board of Regents, he and I had known each other for a number of years. We were not close friends, we were acquaintances, and we became very close friends since that time. But the one thing you can always depend on Jim when I see him is, what are we doing about our college? What are we doing about making it a four-year college? What are we now going to do about an interim president? What are we going to do to make Valerie the permanent president? And in every case, I would just say, well, whatever you say we're going to do, Jim, that's what we're going to do. And so Jim spread that word, and when I would come down and we'd be playing golf, those of you who've been around us in golf, it's hard for us to call it golf. It's a social outing. I don't know how much golf actually transpires, but then those people would also say, what are we doing about the college? What are we doing about making it 4 year? And on and on and on. And so consequently, that got done. But it wouldn't have gotten done without Jim Bishop's steadfast leadership. I say all the time, if you're leading and nobody's following, you're just out for a walk. But Jim Bishop doesn't have time to be out for a walk. He's leading and people are following. Surely his colleagues that work with him on the Board of Regents, some of whom are still there, when Jim Bishop speaks, we listen and we get something done. But it's truly because of his dedication, his commitment to his own community, and his dedication to his colleagues. So it's a great day for us to all honor Jim and his family. It's a particular privilege for me to be here and bring greetings from the Board of Regents and for me personally. So thank you to all of you for being here. Valerie, let the program continue. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon. It's another wonderful day in Brunswick and the Golden Isles. And like Valerie said in her opening comments, who would have thought several hours ago, dark and dreary, turns into just another beautiful day with just absolutely gorgeous weather. And as mayor of the city of Brunswick, I would like to take credit for that beautiful weather this afternoon. Thank you very much. But it's similar, I think, to what we see here before us today and what's been happening over the past few years under the leadership of certainly Jim Bishop and so many other community people that have come together to move this college forward. Perhaps a few years ago, earlier today, it's not that the college here was dark and dreary, but it might have been perhaps a little staid, maybe a little predictable. But through the vision and the passion of Regent Bishop, opportunity was seen, opportunity was seized. And we as a community with that leadership move forward as one. And we have made just tremendous strides in a very short period of time. It sometimes feels almost like a day. It's been a little longer than that. But there has been a change. It is now bright and sunny here. And the future, the horizon, looks gorgeous from where we stand. And we can't say enough, and I say we, the citizens of Brunswick and my commission, can't say enough about how much we appreciate certainly Regent Bishop and his passion, again, and his vision and his leadership that have brought us all together today for another milestone in the growth and development not only of this campus, but also of this part of town, of this city, of this county, and our region. And it's because of leadership like that that we are going to continue to thrive. We are going to continue to grow. And we are going to continue to be one of the finest places in the United States to live, to raise your children, to get a tremendous education, and to find a tremendous career. And so on behalf of my commission and our citizens, Regent Bishop, thank you. Thank you very much for all that you do.
Thanks, Brian. Good afternoon, everyone, to our dignitaries and Dr. Hepburn, Bishop family, and Jim. What a pleasure it is for me to be here today representing our public school system to honor someone who's had such a profound impact on education in our community. Having grown up in Brunswick, and actually not very far from here, it's about a crow flies about 2 miles over there. I've actually had the privilege of knowing the Bishop family for just about as long as I can remember. About 1970, I was a new vocational teacher at Glenn Academy when Jim Bishop began serving as legal counsel for the Glenn County Board of Education. He served in that capacity for about 25 years, providing sound, reasoned legal guidance on all types of educational and legal matters. Remember, during that time, he was also trying to establish a law practice here in Glenn County, but he felt compelled to give back to his community by serving in the important capacity as our lead legal attorney. What's always struck me about Jim Bishop is his underlying commitment to our community and his concern for the education of all students in Glenn County. As we all know, Jim Bishop went on to become a member of the Board of Regents in the University System of Georgia. And whether as a local board attorney or a state board regent, Jim Bishop has had a profound influence in education on all levels of our community. He was intimately involved in the creation and approval of the charter for the Golden Isles Career Academy, which now serves as an integral link between our public school system and the businesses and industries of Southeast Georgia. Of course, at the post-secondary level, I think it's safe to say that the College of Coastal Georgia's journey from a 2-year local community college to a 4-year destination university might not have been possible without Regent Bishop's guidance and input. When speaking to various groups about Brunswick and the Golden Isles of Georgia, I've often alluded to the fact that there are 4 golden nuggets within those Golden Isles, and it's the public school system, the Golden Isles Career Academy, Altamaha Technical College, and the College of Coastal Georgia. Now more than ever before, these 4 entities are working together to ensure that the educational needs of our community are being met. The spirit of cooperation to achieve a common purpose has no doubt been influenced by Jim Bishop's vision and passion for education. It is fitting that we're gathered here today to break ground for the Founders Gate at the James A. Bishop Arch at the College of Coastal Georgia. With this new entrance to the campus, when this new entrance to the campus is completed, the arch will serve as a symbol of a link between primary and post-secondary education. Students who transition from the new Brunswick High School across the street to the College of Coastal Georgia will pass beneath an arch bearing the name of James A. Bishop. I can think of no better tribute to honor the influence of someone who has impacted the lives of so many in our community. I am honored to share both a personal and professional relationship with Jim Bishop through these years. Though he's rubbed elbows with some of the most influential leaders in both our state and nation, Jim never fails to extend a friendly greeting and make you feel at home and comfortable no matter the setting. He is the epitome of a humble public servant and a fine Southern gentleman. Thank you, Regent Bishop, for your vision, your guidance, your service, and thank you to all for the opportunity to be involved in such a momentous occasion. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon, Bishop family, Dr. Hepburn, Regent Tucker. I can't let this opportunity go by without saying that you're a marked man. Because now we know who's in charge of replacing Dr. Hepburn. And if you can just use her as the model, bring in somebody just like her, we'll be real happy. Over 6 years ago, while Jim was representing our area on the Board of Regents, promoted to community leaders the opportunity to enter into a contract with the University System of Georgia to establish a Glen Archway Partnership. A partnership that would partner directly with our community in a grassroots approach to meet locally identified community and economic development needs. The major accomplishment was the creation of the Alabama Corridor District, a 1,600-acre district that is primed for development and, more importantly, redevelopment because of the growth of the Southeast Georgia health system and the College of Coastal Georgia, two of our major economic drivers in Glenn County. This arch will be one of the first projects to enhance the district. Jim Bishop had the vision to see what could be. We're indeed fortunate to have a person that has the dedication, commitment, and vision to always strive to make the Golden Isles of Georgia a better place to live, work, and play. Jim, today as we break ground for the Jim Bishop Arch, we can only hope that the students who walk under it will have the same dedication, commitment, and vision that you possess, and they will make a positive impact on our community. On behalf of the Glen Archway Partnership, I want to thank you for your constant efforts in making the Golden Isles of Georgia a better place for all. Thank you.
Good afternoon. Most of my remarks have already been taken, but I'm going to make them anyway. I'm not going to go so far as to say the college becoming a four-year institution is solely responsible to Jim Bishop. But I am satisfied to say that we would not have a four-year institution here but for Jim Bishop. As I understand, and I believe all of you understand, the gate represents a memorial or tribute to those who founded this institution as a two-year institution. The arch represents the new beginning of the college as a four-year institution. And no better person to name that arch than the person who was most responsible for us becoming a four-year institution, and that being Jim Bishop. Jim, on behalf of the foundation, I'm here to express our everlasting appreciation for your dedication and service to the college. And we wholeheartedly endorse the naming of the arch in your name. And we are just delighted that we can be a part of contributing the funds to the construction of that. And so with that, Jim, thank you very much for all of your service to the college.
Reese, when you're last, all your comments have been made. I too want to welcome everyone here this afternoon as we recognize our good friend Jim Bishop. Like most of you, I've known Jim for many years, and I've seen and I've appreciated his many contributions to worthy causes in this community and across the state. And while his track record has been strong for decades, it was never stronger than when it came to his leadership and his advocacy on behalf of this college. When Jim settled into his role as a regent, I remember it took him about a day and a half to get comfortable in that role. And he immediately developed a new passion for higher education and especially what that could mean to coastal Georgia. And Jim used that vision, that passion, along with his vision and his powers of persuasion to literally transform this college. And thus, doing that, he affected the lives and the futures of many thousands of people for years to come. So, Jim, with that in mind and with your leadership in creating a new day and a bright future for these thousands of people, it's only appropriate that your name be at the entrance to this college. I'm just privileged today to speak on behalf of everyone who has contributed to the James A. Bishop Arch and the Founders Gate. Jim, we're deeply appreciative for what you have meant and what you continue to mean for the College of Coastal Georgia. So, Jim, thank you.
So the good news is that nobody gets their hands dirty for this. You ready, Brandon? Here we go. Now officially breaking ground. ribbon cutting. So that will be a little before Brunswick High. So without further ado, let us bring up the man of the moment, Regent James A. Bishop.
In life, it's really rare to be faced with a moment in which your overwhelming and deep sense of gratitude exceeds your capacity to express your appreciation. Today, I find myself in the midst of just such a moment. Ladies and gentlemen, through this art, students and faculty and ordinary folks like you and like me will enter this campus for generations to come. Regent Tucker, Dr. Hepburn, Richard, you and your colleagues, by this naming, you honor me and my family beyond measure. With all the humility I can muster, I sincerely thank you for this incredible and high honor. In truth, my appreciation for this extraordinary and kind gesture of recognition comes with a very clear understanding that I am only one person among all of you and others who for the last 5 years have come together around a common goal that we knew was critically important to the life and future of coastal Georgia. You and I, led principally by Dr. Hepburn, have been focused on the aspiration to transform a good institution into a great institution. And as we know, we are well on our way. In some respects, you and I and others have been driven by a nearly impossible dream. And there were some who believed that our dream exceeded our grasp. But human achievements often begin by chasing an elusive star. The re-envisioning of this college turned out to capture the imagination and the energy of our entire community. So let us as a community recognize and take pride that this college is and will remain a monument to the will, the stamina, and the amazing commitment of a community determined to shape its future and to never become content with the way things had been for way too long. Yet given all of our devotion and our intense aspirations, our success and a new future for this college required a partnership with the University System of Georgia. At my urging, the Board of Regents joined hands with us here in coastal Georgia to restructure and to transform this college. I am particularly appreciative of Executive Vice Chancellor Rob Watt's support of this transformation, who at every turn helped. And it's an interesting story that I've shared with some of you before. Today, I offer my enduring gratitude to the Board of Regents, and especially to my close friend and former colleague, Richard Tucker, who more times than I could count stood with me to encourage and to support totally every action taken by the Board of Regents that we in this community wish to happen. Richard deserves a special medal, and every chance I get, I tell him that. So we, as a community, owe him a great deal. Our gratitude also goes out to those in our community who have worked together and who have given so generously of your time, your ideas, your leadership, your voices, and your financial resources to change the future of our community. And that has made a big difference as the decision makers in Atlanta have made decisions about the future of this college. A bit closer to home, I would like to thank Mary. Where is it? There she is. For being a supportive, loyal, and loving wife, as this has been a journey we have shared together each step of the way. Additionally, in a family supportive role would be our special blessings who are here today. Our children, Jimmy and Mary Elizabeth, our daughter-in-law, Mary Moore, and our grandchildren, Sarah Elizabeth, Jimmy III, Mary Beth, and William. Nothing would please me more than for all 4 of my grandchildren to receive their baccalaureate degrees from this fine college. I know you've stood before, but stand up, guys. I want to see you again. Mary and I wish to thank all of you who have given so generously to establish the Jim and Mary Bishop Scholarship Fund. The Italian theologian Thomas Aquinas is known to have said, "There is nothing on this earth more prized than true friendship." At this time, I would like to recognize 7 of our true and valued friends who so unselfishly committed early on their resources to this project and to the creation of this fund. Philip Ann Schultz, my old friend Jimmy Blanchard, Regent Don Liebern, Jim Stahl, Ann and Bill Stemler, to Hugh Nunley, who has done so much for this community, and for Bill Jones III, whose family and who has himself done so much for this community and took the leadership of this project early on. These 7 do not stand alone, as countless others of you have contributed so generously to this fund, and Mary and I are humbled by your philanthropic commitments. Our hope is that for years to come, students will be blessed and lives will be changed and enriched by their opportunity to receive their higher education here at this college. Now I wish to express my deep and abiding gratitude to none other than President Valerie Hepburn, and your faculty and your administrative colleagues here at this college. As we know, President Hepburn took an idea, embraced the vision of this community, and with the support and encouragement of a dedicated faculty and staff and this community, translated that vision into the bricks and the mortar and the flesh and the blood that educates students and changes human lives. Dr. Hepburn, you are without peer in the ranks of college and university presidents, and I know what I'm talking about. There will be more to come about Dr. Hepburn in the days ahead. So thank you again, my friends, for this kind and generous recognition, for affording me the opportunity to attempt to express my deep appreciation to each one of you. This moment is one which I will always treasure. I salute each of you as we together recommit ourselves to be continuing ambassadors for this fine college and its future. Thank you.
Thank you all for being here. I want to again acknowledge not only the donors who have made the Arch and Founders Gate possible, but also the individuals who in a few short weeks have already contributed more than $30,000 to the Mary and Jim Bishop Scholarship Fund. And we do have continuing opportunities. This is a lasting fund and will be endowed in their name in perpetuity to help young people here at the College of Coastal Georgia. We invite you to join us over in the beautiful Campus Center, part of, again, the new and improved College of Coastal Georgia. We want to celebrate together. And I will address one thing that people keep asking me. Yes, we are closing that road there, moving it here, and the reason that Judge Lane is not with us is that we're taking his signs down that he put up. You remember, Dr. Teal, the class of 68? Yep. They're not going to be there anymore. So that will all be closed, and this will be the main entrance that we hope students and families will take lots of pictures with, and will become as well known across the globe as the UGA Arch or the Georgia Tech Tower. So thank you again for being with us. We appreciate your celebrating with our most deserving supporter, cheerleader, and man who made it all possible, Jim Bishop. Thanks again. Have a great day and Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to everybody. Thank you.